We got to show love to our very first sponsor, With or Without, located inside the Berkshire Mall in Reading, Pennsylvania. When you're craving a hot, fresh cheesesteak that hits the spot, pull up on With or Without. Let them take care of you. Whether you like it with or without, they got you covered. Stop by, grab a cheesesteak, and make sure you tell them that They Say Anything sent you. With or Without, proud sponsor of the They Say Anything podcast. You make sure you go check them out. Welcome to They Say Anything. Real people, real stories, real talk, no filter, no limit, just real conversation. On today's episode, we have a good one for you, good friend of ours. Somebody in the building people might just only know as Donyell Marshall's little brother, but trust me, that title doesn't even scratch the surface. This man took his own lane and he turned it into impact. From having some of the craziest handles in Reddit, and I mean basketball culture, we played the game as well, to handling communities, programs, and opportunities for the next generation. Stefan L Faines is director of the Community Engagement and Partnership at BCAP, where he's been putting in real work since 2010. We're talking about youth development, fatherhood programs, fighting homelessness, food access, workforce opportunities. This man's in the trenches making change happen for real people in real time. He's also advising the state level on the government's Commission on African American Affairs, chairs the BCTV, sits on multiple boards, and created programs like Teen Takeover, tackling gun violence head on. Awards, yeah, he got a couple of those too. NAACP honors, community recognition. But what really stands out is the lives that he's touching every day and every way. This is bigger than just a resume. This is a purpose. So today, we're getting into legacy, leadership, pressure, community, and all the stuff that goes along with that. Steph, welcome to They Say Anything.
Thank you.
How you feel
this
afternoon?
Y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, what's going on, Steph?
Chilling, man. Thank y'all for that, man. That might be the best introduction I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all, man.
Word. How you feel today?
Great. A little tired. You know what I'm saying? I've been up and out. I had an event all day today, a father-son basketball tournament. Well, not even just father-son, father-child. So, there was uncles out there with their nieces, grandpops out with their grandkids, 2-on-2 tournament today. So was out there all day. So, ran straight from there to here.
Did you play?
No, I won't touch a ball again, man. I tore my Achilles last year. I'll shoot around. I'll train some kids, but I won't play.
What about coaching?
I used to. I'll coach at Penn State Burke sometime. I coached at the Olivets and all that sometime. The culture of coaching is changing. You can't really let a kid know that you want him to be great no more. Parents are arguing with you. It's a different realm out there. When my mom used to send me out with my coach, she would be like, look, while you got him, he's like your dad. You could yell at him. Now you yell at a kid because you want him to be great. A parent going to argue with you. So I be trying to stay away. I'll train kids, but the coaching stuff is tough right now. It's a tough landscape.
Yeah, we live in a world that's all about feelings. Anytime somebody's feelings get hurt, there's no progress after somebody's feelings are hurt. So I definitely understand that.
A lot of emotional dysregulation. Well, let's get right into it, Steph. We got to start right here, because a lot of people only know you as Donyell's or treat you like you just Donyell Marshall's little brother, but you built a name that stands on its own. So I got to ask you straight up, who is Stefan Faines without the titles?
For real, just somebody who loves their city. I love Reading. For as much as I've went through in this city with being Donyell's brother and everybody, oh, you're only good at this because Donyell's your brother. Teachers, oh, you only think you're special because I love all that, because it all made me who I am. You know what I'm saying? I love Reading, Pennsylvania. I think if you can make it here, you can live anywhere on this earth. You can go make a job. You can make money. You could do. Reading is a tough city, and if you can do what you do here, going other places ain't nothing. What's one big thing I learned traveling this world. Being from Reading, you're built to handle anything. You can be anywhere in any circle, anytime, and you're going to make it out. You know what I mean? So that's really who I love. Reading, PA. I love everything about it. You know what I'm saying? It gave me everything I am.
So what was it like growing up in Reading, especially being tied to someone who made it to the NBA?
It was hard. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't hard at first, because when we lived in Glenside, My brother was just regular. Like, I think Glenside was such a community. I didn't know I was Donyell's brother when I lived in Glenside. I was just Stefan. You know what I'm saying? And then when we moved into the city, we ended up moving on the front street. That's where it began. All oh, you know that kid right there? He's Donyell's brother. I didn't even know what that meant at first. Like, I didn't even know. I lived in Glenside. I used to play football every day. You know what I'm saying? We had a big field out there. So, one of the first things that happened, my brother gets a little famous, is in the paper, and I'm out front with my grandma one day, and somebody walks by like, I don't care if Donyell's your brother or not. I could beat you in basketball. I'm like, wait, what? And I ain't even hooped then, but I took that as, all right, bet. So are people going to start challenging me every day? Cool. I'm going to go to the park every day as soon as the sun come up. Ain't nobody going to know I'm working. Ain't nobody going to know I'm training. Ain't nobody going to know. Watch the next time somebody challenge me. We going to see what happens. Like, again, being from here is beautiful. Everybody know you. Everybody going to challenge you. Everybody going, oh, now what, you think you nice? See me right now. And I love that part of it. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Because I would take that with me when I would go to basketball camps and all that. And people would be like, where y'all from? And the other people with us would be like, like right near Philly. I'd be like, nah, we're from Reading. Like, and if you don't know where that's at, by the end of this week, trust me, you're going to be asking us, where's Reading? Like, my friends used to be like, yo, Steph, please stop. Like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, because we're not from Philly. We not. We're from Reading. We ain't like Philly people. You know what I'm saying? So it really, Reading gave me like a ultra chip on my shoulder all the time, like to just accept challenges and go for it. Like I never wanted to, well, so what, Donyell's my brother? I don't want, nah, yeah, that's my brother. What's up? Like, what do you want to do? Like, I loved it. I loved the challenge of it. Not always. I had to learn, my brother had to teach me to stop arguing with everybody, stop worrying about what people say about me, stop like, it used to be crazy. And then one time he just sits me down and is like, Stefan, so why you care what people that ain't helping our community think about me? I'm out here buying basketball shoes for our teams. I'm out here sending kids to camps. I'm out here, Stefan, I'm never going to let nobody that don't do that question what I do. So I just thought he had to teach me right away. Cause I dealt with social media before it was a thing. You know what I'm saying? If my brother got dunked on, I walk out my front door.
Yeah, I can
Oh, yo,
imagine.
your brother sucks. Yo, oh, what about, it just didn't stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I had to learn how to deal with it instead of being emotional with it, instead of being so upset about it. You know what I'm saying? It was tough, but I love it though.
Yeah, you answered my next question was, did it create pressure or motivate you? You kind of answered that.
Yeah,
So
it motivated me, but it also, I almost got tricked out of my position a lot in life. People led me to believe it made me, I resented my brother sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't know what I was dealing with. He didn't know, like, while he would be like, Steph, you need to be doing this. You need to be, I'm like, yo, bro, I walk in classrooms and teachers are like, don't think you're special because Donyell's your brother. I'm like, Donyell, I don't say nothing. I don't talk to nobody. I'm quiet. I'm like, but everybody got to throw a strike. Everybody got to, I could have 30 points in a game. Oh, yeah, well, you should have 30. Donyell's your brother. Like, bro, people would just take everything I earned, like, so much to the point where it's what led me to go a little bit astray. Cause I'm like, all right, bet Donyell don't be over here. He don't be outside. He don't do this. Like, bro, it made me kind of stupid. So, cause no matter what, he's gonna be my brother. Like, I could have went out here and did the worst thing in the world, and somebody gonna go, man, he's stupid, man. He's Donyell, brother. I don't even know why he did that. Like, I started learning, like, there's no wins, and why am I even trying to prove myself? It was definitely a learning experience because, again, I've never really had nobody I could bounce that off of. You know what I'm saying? Like, of what it feels like and what it's like. You know what I mean? But then playing AAU, there was a time where Stefan Mulberry was on my team. His brother, Zach, was on our team, and he would be super arrogant with it. You know what I mean? Walk up to girls, yo, Stefan Mulberry, my brother, what's up? Like, and so my teammates used to be like, yo, Steph, I ain't never see you do. I'm like, bro, I'm not with that. Like, I want to be Stefan. I was like, I don't want to be nobody's under flunky, nobody's, whether Stefan has nothing. That's what I want to be. I don't want to be just known as that. You know what I'm saying? My friends would like introduce me as that. Oh, yo, this my friend here. Oh yeah, here, he's Donyell's brother. You know what I'm saying? For 20 years of my life, when people see me, well, how's Donyell doing? They don't ask how I'm doing. Like, yo, what's up with your brother doing? How Donyell doing? I'm like, well, what's up? Like, he got a social media. Find him. Like, bro, that it definitely was work. But if I had to do it all over again, I'd do the same thing. Cause again, everything is a gift and a curse, bro. Everything.
Hey, but listen, Fab said, never stress the little things like a hater, because hate gonna come when you eating like a waiter. You know what I mean?
Bro.
I mean, so you know that's so let me ask you a question. When you was coming up, being that Donyell was your brother, did you feel like your own individual heat on your back, like you gotta go to the league too? Like
Yeah.
it was expected you should go to the league too as well?
Yeah, like, bro, I used to be I'm telling you, as soon as the sun rose, like, any friend that spent the night at my house, bro, they knew. As soon as there's a little light outside, I'm on the court, and I'm out there all day. I'm not going back home till noontime. So we out there from 6 to 12, like, cause I thought it was always my job to protect my brother too, and to not make sure he ain't never heard, "Oh, your brother ain't no good." I didn't want him to deal with what I was dealing with, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just thought it was my job to be as best as I could be, just to protect and hold my brother down. You know what I mean? So I tried my hardest to be as good as possible, and a big impact on my grandma, right? Like, when she saw me leaving in the morning, one day she comes with this tape, and it's about a basketball player named Pistol Pete. That's where I got dribbling skills from. Like, my grandma brought this Pistol Pete cassette tape, and this dude was riding his bike dribbling. He was walking on the tracks dribbling. I'm like, yo, grandma, I'm doing all that. I'm gonna do that and plus more. Like, I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna dribble around our house with a blindfold on. I just knew I just had to be better. You know what I'm saying? And my family, my grandma be like, listen, you're special because you in this family. You need to walk around with pride. You need to, my grandma like really put a battery in all of our back, like had us thinking we were the most special people there is. You don't turn away from no challenge. You step up to that. You know what I mean? So I was just always big on that, big on showing that.
Yeah, Trey
That's dope.
Trey was nice, and they said Gunny had one of the best jumpers in the Reading
Bro,
period.
my Uncle Chuck, 400, 500 pounds, hit 10 in a row from half court on anybody, like anytime. Like, so I was told that from the world. You know who your uncles are? You know who? So I just took it like I gotta be as good as I can be. I actually believed like I was going to the league. Like, I thought so. Like, I was one of the first people to play AAU basketball and all those things. Like, and I never played a game in Berks County. I played for New York. You know what I'm saying? So every weekend I left school, shot to upstate New York so I could be with my team. And then we would shoot to Vegas, to wherever, to go to these tournaments and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then again, being around them, I knew I was what I thought I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, being around them, they used to always like, yo, Steph, yo, you got it. Yo, you ain't from Reading. Yo, you from, cause they saw, bro, I'm telling you, the way I be up for a challenge, bro. I used to go to 5 Star at nighttime. I'd have dudes lined up from cities, all cities, wanting to play me because I was talking so much, and bro, I was representing Reading all the time. Like, yo, listen, like, where I'm from, people are nice. Ain't you from Pennsylvania? Don't they got cornfields? I'm like, my city more thorough than your city. And I don't care if that's Brooklyn. I don't care if that's whatever. Like, in Reading, y'all couldn't survive in our city. Like, yous couldn't. So I would just do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, so Rock used to go with me, my man Jared. Sometimes we'd be in the car, and before we get there, he'd be like, yo, don't do that thing you be doing, yo. Let's just go here and let's just hoop stuff, yo. You ain't gotta get into it with everybody, but that fueled me. Like, I loved it. And then when they started talking all that Donyell stuff, all right, well, stop me then. Like, do what you gonna do. I loved it. Like, I loved going through the gauntlet and all that. I love a challenge, man. I love a challenge.
So when did you realize your path was shifting away from sports? Like, because a lot of people struggle with letting go of one identity and then step into another. You know what I mean?
It really was taking out my hands, yo. Like I said, like, so in 11th grade, it was really getting heavy, all the Donyell stuff, all that stuff. So I go to my basketball coach and I'm like, hey, yo, you know what? I don't think I want to play this year. I was like, I just want to focus on school, yo. I'm just sick of hearing everybody's mouth, no matter what I do, no matter what. I'm like, yo, I'm tired of that. He's like, nah, Stefan, you know what? We need you on this team, man. You're like good on this team and all this stuff. It gets to the last day of cuts, and he cuts me at the end. And he calls me in the office, and I go, yo, like, I thought I told you I don't want to play. Bro, he looked me dead in my face and was like, nah, see, I got to let people know that ain't no favoritism. I'm like, so you're using this Donyell stuff? So you used me as an example. Like, yeah, even Donyell's brother get cut off this team. Like, yo, bro, I told you I didn't want to play. So when I left and went to Mifflin, I was alone over there, and I was just on a different type of time. I'm like, yo, all these grown-ups be doing me foul. Like, they just be doing me wrong, and I'm just a kid. I don't care about what Donyell got going on. I want to earn my own thing. So, I go to Mifflin, mess around, end up having a kid at 17. You know what I'm saying? And that really, I quit basketball then and there. Like, as soon as I knew I had a kid coming, just veered off and started doing other, you know what I'm saying? Started like, you know what? I got to get to it. I got a son coming. I got to do whatever I can do to make things happen. You know what I'm saying? So that was a big shift. But my brother and Don Juan, who's a big part of my life, he's like one of my ultimate mentors. He would just always make sure. So even when I stopped hooping, he would call me, hey, yo, you want to come to 5-star? You want to come on? You know what I'm saying? I would still go. I would still win all the awards. I would go to 5-star, and this is where everybody be at. Bro, I was winning one-on-ones. I was winning the championships. I was winning. And then when it would come to time to make all-star games, Steph, look, there's a lot of politics involved in this. And you know you're Donyell's brother, right? So your life is going to be okay. You know what I mean? But these other kids, we want to give them a chance to be seen. I used to be like, then why am I here? Like, then why did I just bust all these dudes all week just for us to get to the end of the week and you tell me there's a reason that I can't get what I earned? Like, it was just so frustrating, all the time. I got sick of hearing all.
Yeah, that's the stuff nobody knows about.
But like, what made you get to this point now? Like, like your
Well,
purpose. I
as
feel
you
like
know, working with DMF, my brother always made it his business to where no matter what I was doing in this world, to always let me know that there's other paths that can be taken. So like, even when I would be visiting my brother and be away somewhere, he'd come, put his arm around me and be like, look around, see anybody hustling? See anybody like, nah, Stefan, people are starting businesses and doing, you don't need to be, you don't, and I just always fought it. Like, you don't know what I'm dealing with. Don't tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot of that. But then the trust that he kept giving me, you know what I mean? To coach DMF, even though he knew I was moving other ways sometimes, he would still put me in position to, look, I know you love basketball. And then once he gave me y'all, like the DMF team, and you see how I used to be pork. Hey, you kids from Redding, y'all better run this team. Don't be letting none of these dudes from Harrisburg and none of that ever shoot more than y'all. Don't let them step over y'all. Don't let them nothing. Like, that gave me a big passion, running DMF, taking Redding kids all around the world, coaching them, teaching them. I'm like, I am them. Like,
right.
I can really make something happen with this. I could really do something with this. So that was like my beginning of it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then, still doing stupid stuff. And then, when I get ready to go get married, everything changed. You know what I'm saying? My grandmom died that week or the week before. They grabbed the
Rest in
whole
peace, honey
squad.
girl.
Rest in
Yeah,
peace,
I
honey
They
girl.
grabbed everybody. They grabbed Bun. They grabbed Trav. They grabbed.
Yeah.
2 weeks after that, like me and my wife, we go on our honeymoon and all that. I come back. I just went to the Olivets. Like, you got any jobs? Anything you got in here? I'm willing to take it. Whatever. So I ended up starting in there, helping the teenagers out, running the teen center, doing those things. And I would be back and forth from the villa to the Olivets.
Right.
So what I started doing is going, hold on. I need to make sure that the villa, as much as these kids be shopping in the villa need to do something for these kids. Like, it needs to be some type of partnership here. Like, so the villa ended up sponsoring a teen center in the Olivets, wallpaper, new computers, gave them like $5,000, all types of things. And that's when it clicked in me, like, I need to take all these relationships I built and put people together. Like, why not? Why wouldn't you? You're the biggest business in our city, and this is the biggest business that helps kids in our city, and y'all don't be together working? Like, nah, y'all have to. These kids got to see that. So that was the beginning of me like starting to make partnerships and learn community work. You know what I mean? And shout out to like, yo, Jason and Jeremy in the villa. Yo, much love to them dudes. Like, yo, when I would go in there and it would be all of us together, they would pull me to the side and be like, you don't want to hustle for real. You don't want to get money for real. You don't want, and like I said, I love a challenge. I used to, so one day I'm like, you know what? I'll take that job. Bro, I ended up becoming the villa's top salesman ever. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so they got stores in Philly and all that. I used to smack them. Like, yo, you just can't do, because I know everybody, but I don't just know everybody. I respect everybody. So if you come in the villa and spend your money, I don't forget what size you wear. You spending money somewhere, your money's to be respected, yo. Whatever that's $5 or $50, you're gonna respect people bread, and people liked that I respected that. I wasn't just chasing the dude that came in there with 1,000. If a grandmom came in there with $55 and she wanted them forces, I was gonna make it happen. And those people ended up like loving me. Like, well, so when those kids would grow up, yo, you're that guy that helped my grandma that time. I'm getting sneakers from him. It just worked, yo. Being genuine's always gonna work, man. It's always gonna work.
So you've been at BCAP since 2010. And that's
Yep.
real commitment. What pulled you into that work?
So I started off there with a grant. It was like a 1-year grant in 2010. It was like this CREST program. But what happened was the guy, my boss now, who's the executive director at BCAP, he would always see the things I did at Sneaker Villa and the things I did at the Olivets. And he would be like, yo, why are you the only person doing these parades and stuff? You're coaching flag football, you're coaching basketball, you're doing swimming, you're doing 3-on-3s in the villa, why nobody be like helping you? I'm like, I don't think of it that way. I'm just trying to help our city get some motion. I'm just trying to help our city. I ain't thinking about the help. I ain't thinking about. So one day he walks in the villa, walks up to me and is like, yo, I got a job for you. I got a career for you. He's like, how would you like to make your own hours, have your own office, and change things in this community? Bro, I gave my 2 weeks notice right there. Like right then and there. And then he was like, look, I'm gonna need you to run this fatherhood program. And I was like, I never had a dad like in my life and stuff. So I don't know. He was like, don't worry, you'll be fine. I believe in you. Don't worry. I'm gonna train you up. I'm gonna do. So I just trusted him. You know what I'm saying? Like I just trusted what he said. He gave me that job in 2010. And even one time in 2000, I worked the census. He offered that to me. Like, again, there was always mentors that saw me on front elm or something like that and be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, nah, look, why don't you look, I can give you go over here. Cause I was big on I didn't want nobody giving me jobs because Donyell was my brother. I wanted to earn my own way. So I used to always get offers for stuff, but it would always come with an attachment to him. So I used to just be like, nah, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? And when this came and it was its own thing, I dove right in on it.
Right. So was there a defining moment where you knew like, this is really bigger than me?
The kids, like the way these kids rock with me, bro. I get personal messages from these kids when they really down and out. Like these kids ask me how to deal with their parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Steph, listen, like, how do you, and like, that's what I realized a long time ago. These kids are me. I'm the kid that everybody thought they knew what my life was and what I wanted and what I should be doing and where I should be and how I should think. So I'm like, damn, that's how everybody's looking at all these kids. And these kids just want to be themselves. They don't want to be their mom. They don't want to be their dad. They don't want to be none of that. And a lot of times you're not even getting a chance to know what you want to be because the world is, oh, this person, your dad, you should be doing this. This person's your uncle. Why ain't you doing this? Oh, you're 6 feet tall. You should be playing basketball. What if you don't like basketball? You know what I'm saying? So I really identified a lot with the kids being in the Olivets, being at BCAT, walking around the city. And again, the kids looked at me like, well, damn, you're Donyell's brother and you left, but you be coming back. You come back home. And I'm like, yeah, everything I learned in this world, it's my duty to bring that back to Reddit. You know what I'm saying? And teach what we don't know. We can't help what we don't know here. You know what I mean? So those little things my brother used to do for me and be like, look, we're in Miami and look at those kids your age. They got their own business and they're driving in a Bentley and they're 18, just like y'all. Like, so what y'all gonna do? Like, that's how he would pull me and Adam and them to the side. Like, look at them. And you think hustling or something's gonna do something. Like, he would really just be straight with us. You know what I'm saying? And put us in position like that.
So trying to hire the word. So how did you go from helping to leading though?
For real, by not even trying to, yo. Like, I let the work and I do it. So I don't try for promotions. I don't try to advance ever. I just be working, and next thing I know, it's a promotion coming. Hey, Steph, look, yo, here, now you're the head of, like, it just be happening random. And I think like that's my way. Cause when I'm trying to do stuff, it don't never work.
Yeah.
It don't never work. But everything I'm doing today, I never tried to be it. I just was working at the villa. I was just working at the Olivers, just doing the parades, just being there for the kids. And it just turned actions. You know what I'm saying? Actions speak a lot louder than words. So I just let my actions dictate everything. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be talking. A lot of people have town halls and sit around and say things. And I just, what are we doing? Like, let's do something. So really, that's how, like, I just took the reins and just started doing it. My boss, he empowers me, yo. Like, I can pretty much do what I want at BCAP. Like, you know, within the guidelines, he ain't micromanaging me. Here, Steph, look, here's your budget. Go change the world. Like, that's how he be with it. I'm allowed to pick and choose what I can do and who I can't help and what, like, it's dope when you have somebody that believes in you and gives you the power to do things. You know what I'm saying? But I've had to earn it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely had to earn it and do a lot to get here. But yeah, I just let my actions speak. You know what I'm saying? So like sometimes my boss is like, yo, you be getting these awards and stuff. And it's like, you don't even care. I'm like, I care, but I'm on to the next thing. Like, what else can we do to help kids? What's going to make a kid smile? I be so caught up in that everything just comes for real. It just naturally just falls into play. Like, I'm learning that about life. Like, you ain't got no control over none of this. And if you think you do, it's going to be miserable, yo. Like, if you think you can make things happen, because you definitely can make things happen. But letting things happen has been a whole different experience. You know, like, I be bumping into people that be like, nah, life don't happen to you. It happens for you. And the older I'm getting, I'm like, they might be right. Like, we don't have no control over this. We don't have no say over this. We don't just live your best self and be the best version of you. It's going to work. Like, it definitely is going to work.
Like speaking on that topic that you were just saying, like people moving and not working and stuff, like trying to help. What separates you from like doing, you know?
I genuinely care. Like, I don't look at nobody from my level. I look at it from their level. So when somebody comes to talk to me and ask me for helpers, I actually hear what they're saying. I don't look at them like what I could do for them. I look at them at, no, what do you want? Let's get you to where you want to be. Too many times when people do what I do, it's easy to get an ego and a big head and think you are the most special human being in the world and thinking that you're the one. It's easy to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I really just try to help them people. Like, I don't think people understand how hard it is to walk in a room to a stranger and tell them you're broke. You lost it all. Your baby mom just left you and you down and out and you cry. Yo, so first thing I do is tell, forgive yourself, man. Like, you don't know what this life was going to do to you. You don't know where this life was about to take you. And I always tell them, just because I'm sitting over here, it don't make me better than you. So I don't let nobody be in my office like this. Yo, pick your head up, bro. Like, don't let none of these people see you like that. Yo, just because somebody's on the opposite side don't mean they ain't a criminal. That just mean they ain't never got caught. Like, so never think nobody's above you. Never. Like, you don't know what these people do in their private time. You don't know who they really are. Yeah, you a judge or you a cop, and in these 8 hours you can sit like this. That don't mean when you leave you're not something different. And vice versa. Being homeless or losing it all don't make you a bad man or a lesser man. Like, so we gotta really like empower each other big time, because the world is constantly trying to tell you you ain't nothing. And it's telling everybody that, and a lot of people believe them. You know what I'm saying? So I be just trying to be a support for people because, yo, life is hard no matter what's going on. No matter what you got going on, no matter, it's hard at every level. You know what I'm saying? People that got more bread than all of us, that car insurance for a Bentley is wow. You know what I'm saying? So again, they're struggling and somebody else might look at them like, man, you got it. It ain't easy to have it. Like every day for a year. Consistency is hard no matter who you are.
So a lot of people want to help, but they don't move. So what do you think separates you from them?
Actually wanting to do it. Like a lot of, life is so easy to say. It's so easy to say what you want to do, what you will do, what you might do, but doing is a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? And what separates me is I got kids looking at me. I got kids and grandkids that look up to me, and I gotta show them what a man is, what like a real man is, despite what anybody else got going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's really that. Like, no, you gotta just lead because you don't know who's watching you. There's people that are strangers to me that walk up to me and be like, "Yo, thank you, yo. The one day you helped me and you don't even know it." Like, so you just don't never know who you're impacting, yo. You don't know who's watching you. You don't know who respects you. You don't know, in our world, the person that love you the most can't tell you when you're from our culture. When you're from urban culture, it ain't cool to tell somebody you look up to them. It ain't cool. So, it's just giving everybody some grace. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk teen takeovers. Like what's really going on with teen gun violence and what are people not understanding?
The biggest thing people aren't understanding is that these kids ain't us. Have any of y'all seen these kids climb trees, race to the stop sign? Yo, when we were growing up, everything was a competition and we was with it. Yo, what's up? I bet you I'll beat you I bet who last one to the light. Yo, what's up? I bet you I can jump higher than you and hit the street sign. I bet we were into that. These kids ain't into competition. These kids haven't had a rough life. Bro, the worst day in these kids' lives is the internet being shut down. You know what I'm saying? All these dudes got iPhones, Amiri, Louis. Like, yo, they got everything and somehow out here acting like their life is hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? But again, it's hard in different ways. They got a lot more expectation. Just look at bullying. So in our time, if somebody picked on you, it was over at 3:00 once you left school until maybe the next day. Now you get beat up. That joint might run on Facebook for 2 years. And these kids ain't chancing that. They're not chancing somebody embarrassing them all over Facebook. Just look, in our world, somebody wasn't chancing somebody just walking up to them on the block with 10 people out there and chancing that disrespect. Now there's a million people watching. That's why these kids go straight to guns. That's why they can't even accept the loss. They can't walk around with a black eye because now your friends are, damn, yo, look and you feel like you lost even though you won with a black eye. Like, it is so crazy where they think that you can be perfect. They think you can never lose, never, that's what's happening. These kids are spoiled kids that you had your first fight in 12th grade. When we were growing up, the tough kids were tough in first grade, all the way through. It wasn't this thing where now a kid hits 10th, 11th, 12th grade, and now I'm that. You couldn't even do that in our time.
42.
Bro, in our time, somebody would have said, yo, go sit down somewhere. Like, yo, didn't you used to get beat up in the lunchroom, yo? Don't be acting like that. You see, there was real accountability when we were young. When we were growing up, you wasn't allowed to pretend you was a street dude. You wasn't allowed to do none of that. Just think of how serious it was when we were young. Everybody couldn't wear Jordans. If you didn't play basketball or you didn't hustle, you didn't wear Jordans. You couldn't wear jewelry. Not everybody. Because somebody might have been like, yo, let me see that real quick. I dare you to take it back. Huh?
Yeah. Let me try that on real quick.
Bro, we've all seen this. Like, nowadays, if that same situation happened, it's okay for the kid whose chain to get took to go tell the cops. Like, it's just such a different time, and there are no real rules. There are no real boundaries. It is so wicked. So I really believe that that's the gun violence issue. And I think a lot of it is a lot of parenting, bro. Like, it's okay to be cool with your kids and all, but y'all not friends, yo. Like, my mom would have never been my friend. You know what I mean? My mom was always on the teacher's side. She was always on the coach's side. Even when I was like, nah, mom, see, that teacher don't like me. My mom was like, yeah, whatever. Look, check this out. You need to do what you're supposed to do. Now, you got parents running down on teachers, yo. Like, why you's always messing with my kid? And why you, it's, the world is so different, yo. I believe that's what it is. Everybody's entitled now. And again, everybody got money. These kids ain't broke. So they got money to buy a gun with a switch and you in 12th grade because your parents give you all this kind of money. Or they can print a gun. Like, can you imagine when we were young if dudes could print guns? Jesus, it would have been, it was crazy and you couldn't. So imagine if you could. Like, that's what, it's a lot of that. So it ain't nothing but good kids out here running around. Good, scared kids. That's why they're shooting the way they're shooting. Because again, you're not fighting nobody. You're not chancing taking a loss. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they shooting and all that. And then, you know, their music is a lot dumber than ours. Their music is do drugs, kill people. Our music was, hey, make money, get girls, try to be somebody. Like, their music is, no, throw your life away and then be mad. Look, Dirk's in jail, a millionaire. And somehow he let his own people trick him into thinking he should be out here putting out hits. They don't love you. Your friend that loves you ain't never gonna ask you that, yo. He's never gonna put you in a position to lose if he really cares about you. You know what I'm saying? If he don't care about you, he gonna be like, I'm saying, what you doing for the squad? If they care about you, they gonna say, yo, Dirk, man, get out of here, bro. You should be living in Calabasas or something, man. You ain't got nothing to prove. You ain't like, but again, sometimes in our culture, you got to prove yourself forever until you throw it. Sometimes I think our culture is go ahead and be successful. All right, now we want you to give it all back. We want to watch you give it all back because that's real in our culture. You know what I'm saying? Bro, Nipsey had no business on Slauson. You know what I mean? As a millionaire.
Nothing
mean,
to do with it.
technically he did have a business though.
That somebody should have been there.
Literally,
I'm just being funny,
he
but
did.
you know, he had the Clover store.
Yeah, like, and even that, we gotta, what level do we get to when you're not keeping it real no more? Like, it's just stupid at some point to keep coming around. Like, because what happens when somebody jam you now because they think it's disrespectful that you're coming through here like this? Are they wrong? Is the boy who did Nipsey dirty wrong? Because he was doing what they're known to do. Streetwise, that was some street stuff. Like, so who was wrong? Like, so sometimes even that, I be thinking we got to fix our culture because what's real? And nobody's running down on Bad Bunny, bro. Nobody's running down on none of these famous white people. But when you're a black entertainer, you got to check in. You got to, we extort our own people, yo. We got to do better. Like, we got to be better, but you got to want better in order for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of stuff is culture.
I think it was Jim Jones. He said like being famous or entertainer is like the most, like they were saying like police officers are the dangerous job. I think he was saying like being famous and black is like the most dangerous job.
Be a black rapper.
Be
a black rapper. They coming for you.
Right.
Be a black businessman. They coming for you. Like, again, why? Like, why are we like this? Why do we want to be like this? Because that's gangster. You know what I'm saying? We got to start defining these words. We got to start defining hardcore what a gangster is, because we got people so we come from a culture where you could be a legend and never raise your kids. That's weird, yo. Like, that's weird that you could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes I think we got to really know who we are and move better. So again, a lot of people don't realize I'm from here. I think like everybody else. So I used to come at my brother, yo, why you don't be coming to Fats and Cookouts, yo? Why you don't be? And he used to be like, Stefan, I'm doing them a favor. Like, here's what you don't understand. I come home, I go to a cookout, somebody's there taking pictures and catches a picture, and they're going to say that I now am running an organization. He's like, Stefan, it's that easy, that quick, that fast, and how you can lose it all. He was like, and I could have done nothing. He was like, but he was like, just because the cameras are following me, now they're going to follow them. And now what if you get in a picture just because you're around me? He's like, so Stefan, when you care about people, it's your job to not put them in bad positions. You got to look out. Like, yeah, we can meet. Let's all go to DR. Let's all go. Yeah, we can do that. Let's all go. He's like, but I can't be coming home. I got too much to lose. I can't be around people that don't got nothing to lose, So again, culture, and again, this is why I try to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I love when these kids now, wait, your brother's in the NBA, he played in the NBA, he was with LeBron, and you still be helping us? I love the way they look at me like, damn, so you came home still? Like, I love it. I love that. Like, and they hear everything I got to say. They actually want to know things I've done, places I've been. You know what I'm saying? Like, for teen takeovers and teen writing, like teen writing club especially, every single kid that's been in my teen writing club, they all going to college. When we were doing those teen takeovers for 3 years, there was not one incident, not one nothing. And, that came about because of COVID. Bro, I'm sitting here with my wife during COVID one day, and I'm just like, hey, yo, school's the safe place for a lot of kids. And she like, what do you mean? I'm like, yo, there's some kids who hate their mom's boyfriend. And right now they at home sitting with this dude. He looking at them. There's somebody who hate their dad's girlfriend. And now because of COVID, they're stuck in the house with this person nonstop all day. Or somebody who beats them, or somebody who, I'm like, yo, nah. So I reached out to my homegirl, Deja. She was the vice president at the Olivers, Deja Harris. I'm like, yo, Deja, check this out. You got buildings. I got funding. Let's get these kids in these buildings. I was like, but one thing, I don't want none of these kids to have to pay for nothing. I don't want these kids to have to sign. I'm going to pay for everything. I'm going to get food. I'm going to get other nonprofits to come. And I want these kids to just be free. These teenage kids need to get this energy off of them. You know what I'm saying? Because again, see, we rode bikes. We climbed things. So all this energy these kids got, we got it off of us. These kids are just balls of energy because they don't, being on your phone all day, you're not releasing that. You know what I'm saying? They don't even be with girls, so they're not releasing that. You know what I mean? So they're got pent up energy and stuff. So we would do teen takeovers on Saturdays. We would do pool parties on Wednesdays. It was dope, man. It was just dope to do. And what that also allowed me to do was anybody I know who has a nonprofit, yo, if you want to come and you want to be around these kids, come. Let them know who you are, talk to them. I would bring services for those kids' families. You know what I'm saying? Different other groups that they could talk to. Different people would bring food, ice cream trucks. Man, we turned it into something amazing. You know what I'm saying? We turned it into a real good thing.
So let me ask you a question. You brought up Teen Writing Club. Can you give everybody a introduction of what Teen Writing Club was or is?
So Teen Writing Club was special. And shout out to Will Wilson. Like, Will brought that to me because he's like, yo, Steph, I see you be out here like supporting these programs. So look, I got this idea. I got this lady. She like writes books and stuff, and she wants to teach. I'm like, so bet. I'll buy the books. I'll rent the space. I'll get the kids. And what we did was we bring in rappers. We bring in people who write books, people who write movies, people who write poetry, and we'll put these kids around all those different things because there's writing for everything. Y'all had the right to do this show. You know what I'm saying? So writing is really important. And I was just trying to teach these kids there's many levels of writing. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's rap, whether it's a video game thing that somebody got to do, everything we do, there's somebody who wrote that, typed that. You know what I'm saying? So just giving these kids different outlets. So we had kids making their own comic books, making their own movies. Again, what I try to do is give them things that they might not see, that they might not even know they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because in our city, everybody looks out for the athletes, but nobody looks out for the good kid that just want to be. You know how hard it is to be the good kid in Reddit? The kid who goes to Reddit High and gets straight A's? Ain't nobody thinking about them. Everybody's thinking about the kids who get in trouble. So I be trying to create things that reach both of these kids. Because what happens is if the kids who are good kids don't get no incentives, then why be a good kid? Why not go be a bad kid so I can get those trips to Dorney Park and all the fun stuff like they get? Like, sometimes we don't realize a kid's mind will do that. Well, I know I'm good, but I'll do that and I can get on the trip. And I could tell 3 of my friends too. We just got to stop doing our stuff. So we got to look out for all these kids. I mean, it's big why I do a lot with the Red Hot girls basketball team. None of them might not be able to go to the WNBA and be millionaires, but they still need our support. They still need to know that there's men in this world that are support them. Like, because what happens when one of these girls takes a superstar boy off the boys team? Then we're going to care. Damn, he got that girl pregnant. They were both on it. Like, we like to talk after the fact. When people do the wrong, then everybody talks about them. I try to be, before anything goes wrong, let these kids know there's opportunity. There's people that can help you. There's plenty out here to do. Don't listen to the darkness that our city has, because our city can be a black hole if you let it be. If you listen to Reading, bro, you'll think it's the worst city in the world and nobody supports nobody and it ain't nothing. If you listen to all that, it will seem like that. But there's plenty of love out here and plenty of help out.
So what's something that's happening in the community that people are ignoring because it's uncomfortable conversation or
Right now in the community, the
as
homelessness it's
like, it's a lot of, what do you see in your profession, sitting in the chairs you sit in the rooms you sit in, that you see that's uncomfortable, that,
not, it's that
happening.
a lot of these people don't even really care what these kids is going through. Y'all looking at them like, oh, I can get a grant if I help these kids. I can get money, give myself a salary. These kids are looked at like they're not looked at like kids that are hurting. Like, they're hurting every day, all day. And see, what I've come to realize is a lot of you nonprofits don't realize these kids know y'all using them. They know these kids tell me, nah, Steph, I don't go to that program because they just want us to go so they can get more money. Like, kids had that conversation with me and I'm like, damn, these kids see right through a lot of y'all programs. You know what I'm saying? That's a big thing where all of a sudden now this nonprofit world is getting turned into a hustle instead of just genuine people. Because you can't be a millionaire doing this. You got to really just care about kids. And then, yeah, money can come. But if your mission is the money, and that's something I see a lot, that a lot of people's mission is the money, and the kids are noticing it too.
Yeah, that's real, because everybody talks about the good, but nobody really wants to talk on the uncomfortable conversations like that. And being you're in the room with like real decision makers, that's why I asked. So, and to touch on that, like, you being in the room with them real decision makers, right? The governors, commission, boards, leadership roles. How do you stay grounded? Because like, coming from where we come from, and then being around them, is a passion that's inside of you. And sometimes they might speak on the affairs that go on in our city as if it doesn't mean anything, as if it's light, and then to you it's passionate. So how do you stay grounded in them moments?
I've learned to understand that some of the rooms, my opinion is going to be the top opinion, and some of them rooms, my opinion ain't going to mean nothing. And it's hard. Like, there's times I hear people be talking about all the things that they do in the community, and I be like, I gotta let them talk. You know what I'm saying? I gotta it's hard, yo. Like, the hardest thing with this is you can't check nobody, bro. You can't call nobody a liar. You can't be like, nah, you're lying. You just don't be like, that's hard to actually be in these rooms and hear the lies and be like, damn, y'all really in here saying y'all did all this, that y'all helped with that, but you'd be sending people to us for help. That's hard, yo. Like, it's hard to sit yourself aside, especially when you know somebody lying. But in this realm, you can't, because you'll be wrong. Go ahead and call somebody a liar. The whole room gonna look at you like you ain't got no head. And I'm like, wait, so the truth sometimes in these rooms means nothing? Yeah, like, that's a hard part, especially, again, when you're from where we're from. Because where we're from, everything got to get checked. Everything got to get stopped. Everything got to, hold up. Now, you just said yesterday, where we're from, it's a constant accountability. In these other rooms, it's hard, yo. Like, so like my first 2 years, I used to be running back to the office. Yo, I was at this meeting and these people were lying. All my boss used to tell me is, don't get mad. Get educated. Learn. keep learning, Stefan. Yeah, let them say what they want. Let them say what they want to do, but keep watching who's saying it and see if in the next year if they're still saying the same thing. So that's what I learned to do. Like when he told me that, it hit me so hard, and I'm like, all right, so in a lot of these rooms, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. And I'm gonna just listen to what everybody got going on and see who's who. And then that's how I determine who I'm gonna work with. Okay, yeah, you said a lot of things, but I ain't never seen you out here, so I ain't calling y'all. But these people over here who I be seeing, they be with 20 kids all the time. I'm gonna reach out to them and see if they need some support. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just, you gotta just know the facts and just let it be. So even if those people really don't be helping, that's on them. It's gonna catch up to them. Cause in this grant world, it catches up. Your reports got to be correct. You helped this many kids, you did this much stuff. So you'll learn, it catches up to them people. You might get it off for 5 years, 10 years. You might get away with something. They're going to catch up to you and you're never going to be in this realm again. You know what I mean? So it's that. The way to stay grounded is to just understand everybody's mission ain't the same. Everybody don't gotta report the same things. So, as long as the people that their funders are okay with what they're saying, then it's okay with me. You know what I mean? Because even with my job, I gotta help everybody. So, most people got one mission: mental health, crime, homeless. I got all those things because all these things impact poverty. You know what I'm saying? So there's times with me where there's people I know hate my guts and be talking about me. But I know they help kids. I'm helping them because it's going to help the kid. I don't care what nobody thinks about me. Like, that's one thing in my job. Like, my boss be like, Stefan, you really don't. I'm like, because I care about the kids and what they think and what's happening with them. Again, like my brother told me years ago, why care about what someone thinks that ain't doing what you're doing? They're not in your lane. They're not in your realm. They're not. So why do you even see them? Like, why do you even care about them?
Like in your position, like what does real leadership look like?
Real leadership actually looks like work. Real leadership looks like, bro, you might see me at 4 events in a day. And I'm on time to all these things too. Like, real leadership is dependable. It's consistent. Because a lot of people don't realize, but you are what you consistently do. You ain't who you think you are. You ain't who you say you are. No, what do you do on a regular basis? If you go to the bar every day and drink, you might be an alcoholic. Like, but again, look at our culture. Say that to the guy who's in the bar every day. He'll get offended with you. Damn, bro, you in the bar again? Maybe you should. Oh, you ain't buying my drinks? Get out of. Yo, like, look at what accountability be looking like sometimes in our culture. It's wild. It's almost like you can't care about people sometimes. You can't. So the work means more than everything. Everything, not the titles, not that. Nah, it's the work that you do. How many kids have you impacted? How many lives have you saved? You know what I'm saying? Like the real work, definitely.
So, how do you build partnerships that actually work instead of just like looking good for PR?
Again, you gotta let the work speak. Like, not the people who got a lot of likes and got a lot of, you know what I'm saying? There's people that people don't be hearing about that do events all the time and are supporting kids all the time. And you stick with the genuine people. It's the only way you can. So the people that I see when I'm at 3 events in a day and I seen you at 3 too, we're on the same type of time. Bet I could work with you because look, you're here like I'm here. We're just laughing, looking at each other. We ain't complaining. And we're also going, yeah, you got one after this too, huh? You got another event tonight. Yeah, man. But yo, look at these kids, how happy they are. Look at their faces. Like, there's times when I'm planning something with people and we're happier than the kids. Yo, these kids don't know what's about to happen. These kids are about to get free sneakers tomorrow. These kids, bro, we be hyped, like creating it, partnering with it, doing it. Like, that's the best part, man. Making a kid in Redding's day, bro, is epic. You know what I'm saying? So like, even we used to have things like honor roll ice cream where you made the honor roll, we were giving all the kids on honor roll. I did that in all 18 of our schools. And again, anyone who calls me and you got a great idea, If it's a really great idea and it impacts a lot of kids, I'm all for it, because even that's just a one thing people don't understand about my job. My job is to make as much impact as possible with as least money as possible. Like, because I got to spread this money through the whole Berks County. You know what I'm saying? That's all the way to Boyertown, to Antietam, to Muhlenberg, to Exeter, not just Reading. You know what I'm saying? So I got to help the homeless in all these places. I got to help the kids in all these places. You know what I mean? So sometimes when I'm trying to tell people I can't do what they want me to do with some money, people be like, "Oh, see, you acting," and I'm like, "Yo, I gotta give 5,000 here, 10,000 here, 5 here, 2 here. Oh, these kids need to go to the Olivets. I need to pay for some kids' summer classes." Sometimes people don't understand. I got a lot of people that I gotta help. Trust me, you ain't gonna be the only person mad at me today, because I gotta help these people too. And look, I don't even like the people over there, and I gotta get them 5,000. It's a job where it's like, yo, like, whoa, you know what I mean? But I love it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely love it.
That's
So you
beautiful.
kind of answered the next question I was going to ask. Have you ever felt like the weight of the community was on your shoulders?
A lot. You know, a lot of times I'll be like, yo, damn, is me and my few friends I be around, are we the only genuine ones? Does anybody really care about these kids? Because something I also got to do in my job, you know how many times people steal programs that I partnered with them with? You know what I'm saying? I'll create a program, that joint pop. The next quarter, they write me out of that joint and keep it going. I can't get offended. I can't. Yo, hold up. That was my idea. I just laugh, man, look, another one. And I just take pride in, you know what? It was a great idea. They're still helping kids. I'll go help another 50 kids then. Instead of me being so offended by it, because I used to want to be, I'm calling them right now. Yo, I'm going down there. And then you realize people are looking at you like, yo, listen, nobody wants to fight you or nothing. Like, see us in court. Like, that's how they take it. Like, it don't even be no, you be at the top of, yo, nah, that's foul. And they're like, well, there was a program. You ain't doing it no more, right? You didn't say you were going to do it again. So we just, okay. Like, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of, so with what I do, you got to be careful what you say out loud. You say a good idea out loud, tomorrow somebody might have a flyer with that joint. You know what I mean? Somebody who told you that they're about to partner with you to do it, they got the flyer out tomorrow and you ain't on it. That happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? It happens a lot.
So I hear like a lot of stress, and responsibility is very stressful. Outside of all the work and the community service, what brings you inner peace? Where's your peace at?
Genuine love. I spend as much time as I can around my kids, my grandkids, building a relationship with my dad. You know what I'm saying? Over the past like 8 years, I pick my dad up every Saturday. He was just with me at the father-son event with my son. Like, fixing those real relationships that there was a time in my life I thought I hated my dad. And then I realized, hold on, he just human like me. He's just a man like me. Hold on. Then the older I got, I'm like, damn, my mom was a baby's mom to my dad. Like, I started putting him in my shoes. I've been taken to court. I've been through the ringer with my baby moms and things like that. And I'm like, damn, is this what my dad was experiencing? Like, and being in fatherhood taught me that. Yo, there used to be men coming to me crying. Yo, I came home and found her in the shower with a man and I lost everything. I lost my house. So for every man who's a scumbag, there's men who do what they're supposed to do and still lose. It started making me look at men differently. Like, damn, so those miserable men I saw growing up, they not miserable. They're trying to figure out, why is everybody doing me like this? Wait, I took you out of a bad situation. Now you're taking me to court? You and see, men aren't allowed to say none of this out loud. A man's not allowed to say to his best friend, yo, bro, she taking me to, bro, come on, man, get over there. Like, we kind of just like blow by each other's feelings like that. And then when our man does some terrorizing stuff, we don't realize it was all that got him there. He tried to tell you that his baby mom was taking him through the ringer. He can't get a job. His other baby mom is stressing him out. And then when he do something to somebody, we blaming him. And it's like, yo, nah, that man was trying to the best he could tell people how he was feeling. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, like fatherhood, I learned so much in that, how to be a man, dealing with being a man. So being around love, like my favorite thing to do, like my kids would tell you, being with my grandkids is the dopest thing in the world. Like, cause growing up, you think about being a father, you think you're gonna be a dad one day. Like, but when I look at my grandkids, I'm like, minus me, that don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my son's son. It is so crazy. It is so dope to like experience that. You know what I'm saying? And even that's what helped me with my dad. I wanted my dad to experience that with my kids. Like, yeah, you might not have been there for me, but that don't, you ain't do nothing to them. You get a chance. Like, you get a chance to make it right. Like, we got to give each other grace. We got to forgive people that hurt us. We got to, because that's the only way to growth, yo. So again, I do that, bro. I go to therapy twice a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's been one of the biggest things in my life. I always like to say I've had like Redding's Mount Rushmore of mentors, yo. I've had some of the best people that Redding's ever offered to teach me, to tell me. And you know, some of them were people that I knew growing up, but like anger, feelings, all that. Going to Governor Mifflin, a teacher pulled me to the side one day and was like, "Yo, kid, you're so smart and you do all this work and stuff, but you look so stressed out. You look so." I used to just be like, "Whatever." And she's like, "Here's what I'm gonna do for you." She sent me to this guy and like taught me anger management skills. These are things I've like never told my mom, never told my family. Cause again, oh, what you doing getting help? Oh, what you some type of like, I knew something was wrong. I knew that I felt the way that I shouldn't be feeling. My life was okay. You know what I mean? I'm not poor. But I'm not happy. Yo, so therapy is huge, yo. Telling people, getting all this stuff off you. A lot of the things we think are normal growing up ain't ain't even close to normal. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can sit with a therapist and I'm like, wait, you did what? So wait, what happened? Okay, so wait, somebody came, shot up the basketball court. You just looked at the car and then checked ball again? Like, in our world, that's normal. They're like, no, like you should never think that that's okay. And so they'll be like, so, okay, after that happened, you went home and you told your mom. No. All right, so you told your basketball coach that happened. No, it was just Tuesday. Like, that's just what it is where we're from. But you come to realize that's a lot of trauma. There's kids in this world that ain't never had to experience that. You know what I'm saying? Never one time. And some of us have experienced it multiple times. So you just learn that a lot of things that you think are okay ain't okay. And then you just try to grow through what you go through. You just gotta, all right, yeah, I don't like that. And then dare to be different, dare to do something different.
Right. So look, I want you to speak directly to two people right now. First, the young people in Reading who feel like stuck, lost, or like they don't have no options. Like, what do you say to them? And then second, to anybody watching who wants to help, get involved, or support what you're doing, how they can tap in.
For the young people, find mentors. Find somebody that you can listen to, as well as somebody to listen to you. But it might be more important to find who you can listen to, who can motivate you, like for the young people. I mean, also reach out to me. I'll help you. I'll help you find a mentor. I'll help you find places, find jobs, whatever you need. But mentors is the most important thing that ever happened to me. Like, and I got so many mentors in so many different facets. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my first mentors, like Joe Ellison, that was my barber. You know what I'm saying? But this dude was the flyest dude in our whole city. He just did his own thing. He just rode motorcycles, cut hair in Pradas, like, and he used to. So this is the dude who cut my hair for the NBA draft. This is the dude who cut my hair for my first date, for my first everything. And he used to just always be like, Stefan, I see you stressing, but yo, don't take that out on your brother. Go live with him. When your brother invites you places, go experience that. Go see what that's like. Don't fall for this thing that these people do, Stefan. It's a lot of jealousy. It's a lot of hate. Like, barbers to me are like some of the most important people in the world because that's a man's real mentor. The first man to tell you fly is your barber. The first man to let you know you smooth, your barber. If you messing up in school, your barber's the one, maybe more than your parents. Like, hey, yo, you doing that homework? Hey, you doing what you supposed to do? Like, it's really taking advantage of those type of things. You know what I'm saying? Like mentors, I always get yourself a mentor, yo. No matter who you are, no matter how old you are, no matter what you got going on, find people smarter than you, way smarter. Find people that don't do nothing you do and learn from them. And that's all different elements of life. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, one of my first real mentors, and people don't even know, Ice, bro. So we all know Ice. When my brother first left to go to college, yo, Ice walked me to school every day in 6th grade. Every single day. And was like, listen, your brother don't need to be thinking about you while he's out trying to, he's trying to make it, Stefan. You can't be out here doing stupid stuff. If you ever need anything, you call me. You don't call nobody else. You don't ask nobody else. Don't ask your mom. Don't ask nobody. You ask me. Yo, he used to show me these papers. He never missed a day at school before, ever. So he would be like, look, you see, I ain't telling you something I don't do. Look at these awards I be winning. And it twisted my head because I'm like, this guy with knots full of money in his pockets, like he yelling at me about doing the right thing. And bro, that he would walk me to Casey's and then he would get on the bus and go to school. That was every day, 6th grade. Like every day he would do that and just be on me and making sure I was cool and making sure I was staying out the way. Like, bro, mentors are big. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows about Don Juan, people like that. Bro, Rand, people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to experience people from Reading in different ways. Like something else I do in my time I write a lot of books. I be doing a lot of writing. You know what I'm saying? Like about all the things I've went through, all the places I've been, things like that. And like I got this little short thing that I be working on, and it's called like 4 a.m. Convos with Rand. Cause anybody who knows me knows I don't sleep, bro. I never sleep. So when he was around, he would just be walking past my crib and be like, yo, Black, 4:00 in the morning. And the convos we would have would be like, yo, Steph, so what's Miami like? What's it like to go to other places and like and I used to go, yo, come with me, yo. You come. Nah, man, you know I can't be seen out there like that. You know, I like, and I'm like, yo, you're keeping yourself in a prison that you don't gotta be in. And he would say things like, okay, so what if I change my life and then I'm walking down the street and somebody run down on me? And I'm like, unfortunately, you bought that. Like, be a man, say, yo, you got me, and see what happens. Like, sometimes we gotta realize something you might have forgot. Somebody might not have forgot it. But that's life. You can't let that keep you in a prison forever because you did something years ago that you can't give yourself a chance to live now because you're scared that something you did before might, bro. And I used to watch that. I'm like, yo, this dude is somebody that he don't even want to be what everybody thinks he wants to be. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to be that. He wishes he could be different. Like that's how we started doing music and all that. It was Rand. Yo, Steph, y'all should be like rapping or something. Steph, you be with NBA players and you be with me, and you don't even care. You don't care either way. Like I used to be like, why? Everybody's human. Like, yeah, I respect you and I respect what you do, but okay, like, yeah, like, so he was big. Like him telling me that, yo, Steph, you be with me and you be with NBA players, you don't care either way. You just do you. It let me know that, yo, yeah, I'm just doing me. You know what I'm saying? So again, yo, mentors, like I said, and in my life now, I got, my boss is a big mentor to me. I'm on the governor's commission, so I get to have his ear. These people that on the commission, there's neurosurgeons, there's brain surgeons, and all I do is, yo, teach me something. Yo, okay, well, what you got going on? How'd you get into that? I ain't afraid to sit down with somebody and ask for game and ask the how can I be like you and what you got going on. I want to learn because I still got a lot to learn. I don't know how to, a politician, somebody can come in a politician's face and cuss them out and call them all types of names, and they can go, I totally understand how you feel about that. But I'm sorry that you feel that way, but please vote for, I'm like, yo, that's a superpower to be able to do that. Like, to be the mayor and go on Facebook and see the whole world talking bad about you. And not respond, not say nothing, show up. Those people, man, that's a superpower, man. So mentors, anybody who want to get involved or anything like that with me, BCAP, 645 Penn Street, 3rd floor. Any idea you got an idea that'll help 5 kids, let's do it. And then let's move on to the next 5. You got an idea that's going to feed some homeless people, let's do it. And let's move on to the next, whoever you are. Like, that's what I'm saying. I want to work with, everybody. Cause again, my mission is just to help Reading. To help Reading people see that Reading is a dope place. There's a lot of dope people that come from Reading, yo. And I had to see it. You know, my first time going to Golden State with my brother. Bro, I go in corporate and people are like, yo, is this teacher still teaching at Reading High? Yo, does this person still play for Wilson? I'm like, wait, all yous are from Reading? Well, yeah, I want the Wilson. I want the holy name. I'm like, yo, there's Reading people everywhere. They just don't come back. They don't come and tell people they're from Reading and doing these big things.
That's wonderful. You got anything left, Poor?
Like, what kind of legacy are you trying to leave behind?
Really a legacy of just, yo, be genuine and be you. No matter what. It's hard not to, but whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, whatever, chase it. You know what I'm saying? I like to, people like to tell people you only live once. I tell these kids all the time, you only die once. Every day is a day to wake up and be different. If yesterday was horrible, wake up tomorrow and do something different. Especially if you want different. If you want different, you're going to have to do different things. You're going to have to be a person that you've never been before. Bro, there's days I wake up and look in the mirror and laugh at myself like, yo, who are you and what are you doing? Because like I said, I've never tried to be this. But the beauty of it is when I see sometimes how proud my wife is or my kids, and I'd be like, oh, maybe I am doing something special. You know, my mom would call, Stefan, man, I am so proud of you. Like, yo, people have no clue how hard things were on you growing up. And that's the stuff that I'm like, that's the legacy that I'm what I am in spite of it all. In spite of no support, really. In spite of people thinking that I was something else. I'm still here and still doing it. Like, that's the legacy I want, that you don't need nobody, and let people talk. Let it fuel you, yo. Don't get mad at it. Let that thing fuel you and show people, look, you know everything. So even me, for every person my whole life, oh, he's only in them rooms because Donyell's his brother. I'm with the governor now. Donyell ain't there. He ain't had nothing to do with that. Like, that's all me. So, again, prove people wrong. You wear that like a badge of honor. Don't be like, I ain't got to prove nothing to you. You don't have to. But when you do prove people wrong, when you do shut people up, nobody can take that from you. Nobody can take nothing you earned from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was recently at an event and Don Juan was like, Stefan, you did it. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, Stefan, all these people at this table are asking me how to get in contact with Donyell and how to get close to him. He said, I said, why don't y'all ask his brother? And they were like, well, who's that? He was like, yeah, well, the dude that just got the award right now, that's Donyell. Wait, that Stefan kid? Bro, I love that more than anything. Because again, I proved myself right. I just bet on me all the way. Never complain, never, just bet on yourself, yo. Like, bet on yourself and see what happens. And everything you earn is yours.
Right. No, that was dope. Like, listen, man, this is what it looks like when purpose meets action. Not just talking about change, but like actually creating it. Like, Steph, we appreciate you pulling up and giving us this conversation. And to anybody watching, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with somebody who needs it. This is TSA, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.